flooded out the AP with the VVS diamonds. Suicide doors on the foreign import.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to this new YouTube tutorial. My name is David Fritz, and in this video we're going to talk about how to produce tech house. I'm going to guide you through the basics of how to produce tech house. We're going to go into the sound design a little bit, sound selection, a bit into the mixing. Before I start the tutorial, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel as well so you don't miss out any tutorials in music production for tech house and house music. I have released as well 4 new tracks with the record label Lisbon Journeys Records. Check out my Instagram, all the links are in the descriptions, and let's get straight into the tutorial. So guys, we're here in FL Studio, my absolute favorite DAW. You can still use whatever you want. You can use Ableton, you can use Logic, GarageBand, whatever your heart desires. I'm going to teach you those techniques today, and it's going to be a very basic video. And as you can see here in my basic template, this is how FL Studio looks like for me when I open it up. This is a template. It's taking away heaps of time. Before I start telling you the way how I produce tech house, make sure you check out this video as well. It explains basically how you can produce tech house way faster. But this is the template which makes the whole tech house production way easier. So there's this basic drum pattern installed, which is a tech house kick, bum, channel 5, a hi-hat pattern already installed, a very simple clap pattern, and that's it. And together this whole pattern sounds like this. So this drum pattern is so basic, and then obviously depends on what kind of vibe you want to create. Sometimes I'm pitching hi-hats down, sometimes exchanging hi-hats like this. It's already pitched down. It's a very high pitched hi-hat. Also the clap is very high pitched already. Oh, this is not the one, this is the one. But what I want to create today is kind of more let's say a more filthier track, a bit more like, that's really sick. So I'm going to go on my browser channel, go on the Techno Master Pack, which is my favorite samples I use for tech house. And I created all of those folders. I'm going to basically go on hi-hats because I don't like the hi-hats. They sound way too crispy for me. I want a bit more like filthy hi-hats. That's a good one. And also the clap. The clap sounds a bit too highly pitched, and I've already pitched it down, so I'm gonna put it up again because I don't really like that. So we're gonna go on the clap folder, look for something here. I like this one. No. Also, before I start this, make sure you check out Evolution of Sound. He has great sample packs. I'm also finding all my samples, my kicks, my hi-hats and claps. I found them usually on Splice. I basically just subscribe to them because I want to have those very easy access to just find the right samples when I need them. And basically this is all the claps I'm having, and usually I just layer them. But I'm really happy with this one for now. Very basic, it sounds a bit better to me. Then we're gonna go on a bass. We're gonna write a bass melody now. So I have already a few plugins installed into the template. For example, Serum here, that's just for the sub. But we wanna create a melody now what we can properly hear. So I'm gonna just go with a sample. I have the smoke bass, it's a one shot. I already have an idea, perfect. I'm just playing a little bit with it. So basically how I produce tech house, I'm just playing with melodies. This is how music is. It's very technical in FL Studio and the DAW. Make sure you play with music. Make sure you try stuff. You literally try to act like a child, just like play with it, have fun with it. Because music is something what you have to create a feeling, and being too technical about music and too structured can kind of destroy sometimes the creative process. But I'm playing with bass lines usually. And also every tech house track I'm producing starts different. Sometimes I'm starting with the sound design of the kick. Sometimes I'm starting with finding just vocals on Splice, and then I have this idea. Make also sure you check out this video with how I got this tech house track signed with a record label, because I'm explaining there especially that sometimes you have this, you find vocals and you use those vocals, and then you have this idea straight away in your head like, oh, I know exactly how this track's gonna sound like. But with this track, I feel like I just want to start with this basic pattern and write a bass line here. So we're just gonna click this button and start it here. That's it. That we already have our bass melody. We're gonna press Command A, select everything, Command Q to quantize it. Yeah, I've also a video how I produced a very simple bassline pattern. This is all the techniques. I'm basically putting everything together. Check out this video as well. It's about how to produce a good tech house bass pattern. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. People sometimes ask, are you straight away mixing? Are you like first producing the track, sound design, arrangement, everything, and then you mix after? Honestly speaking, I do both in the same time. So I create the melodies, I use the right sounds, and after I realize, okay, this is the perfect sounds for this track, I'm going into the mixer and I'm EQing a few things. I don't go into detail a lot, I'm just like I just do basic changes. So for example, this one, I can already hear that the kick is too loud. So we're gonna start mixing it a bit down. And the hide as well is also a bit too loud. I'm gonna turn the EQ on every single channel I have here. I have already an EQ with a high pass filter installed. So all the low frequencies are cut out automatically. When I just enable this, bam, high pass filter is already there, which is gonna save me heaps of time and just produce bam straight away. And part of the mixing is already done. And as well, what's really important is obviously the sidechain compression. So I have on this bass channel, I have this LFO tool installed. And basically, depending on how long the kick is, sometimes I could put the LFO tool here or I put it here. I have also an LFO tool on the kick channel to see how long the kick is. So you can see the kick is very, very long. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna adjust the bass. Let's just have both of them next to each other. I want the kick a bit quiet and the bass a bit more sub heavier to make it sound but just a little bit. And an extra special tip I have for you guys, how to make the kick punch out of the bass a bit more is you just make a little, how do you call it, shelf around 80 Hertz, a little one. And then makes the kick punch out a bit louder. This is a tip I learned in one of the music production courses I've watched. And as well, I sometimes try to mute the plugins to see if I actually need it or not. I like it. The clap for me still is a bit too... I want to pitch it down a little bit because it sounds too... I like that. What I usually do then is, depending on the vibe, I'm gonna just go on one of the loops. And there's nothing wrong with using loops. Sometimes I just go on a percussion loop, on the drum loops. And I have a few percussion loops here. And then I just try different things. And as we're producing live here, nothing is planned. So I'm just doing what I feel sounds the best for me. I'm assigning it already to channel 10, for example. Sounds interesting. I feel like because it's a very dry sound, I want to add a bit of reverb to that. So we're gonna go, is it on 126? So make sure as well that the tempo is the same here. And then we're gonna connect the snare here to the drum reverb channel. Enable the high pass filter, I like that as well. Upsala. And also the hi-hats needs some reverb to it. Let's add a Valhalla Supermassive, one of my favorite plugins to how to add a proper reverb. So let's just go on this one, reverb. Let's find a bit more smaller one because I want to create a smaller room. So I'm going to use a smaller reverb. Way too wet. Way too wet. And also the feedback is way too long, so we should go on something like maybe 40, 30. Less. I like that. Sounds definitely good. Cool. This is the basic idea we have. Let's see if we find some vocals. I have this impression I want to add some vocals. Yeah, let's go on here, vocals. I want some male vocals.
But you're up. Tell me, babe. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. You don't. Ooh.
Flooded out the AP with the VVS.
Ooh, I found those
Flooded
vocals.
out the AP with the VVS diamonds.
I like that. So we're gonna add them into the playlist here. Assign them to channel 40 because this is what I've assigned my vocal channel to. Put the volume a bit down.
Flooded out.
Interesting. We're gonna press this button, fit to tempo, and press 75 to 150, and it is gonna make it perfectly aligned with the tempo, hopefully.
Flooded out the AP with the VVS diamonds.
Like it. Next one. Yeah, this one. We're gonna assign this one to 41 because we want to have more power of it. So each vocal is the best. The best way is that we put each vocal to a different channel to have more power over general.
Flooded out the AP with the VVS diamonds.
You can already see it, suicide doors. Make it a bit bigger. You can see that this is not on the line, so we want it on the line, kind of on the line.
Suicide doors on the foreign import.
Oh, way too fast. What happened here?
Suicide doors.
You see, this is an example of FL Studio not putting it exactly on the grid. So we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this here. So it's obviously too fast. So we're gonna do, we double click it, and we're gonna increase the time a bit and make it so it matches the grid.
Suicide doors on the foreign import.
Perfect. Very, very simple. Make this a bit smaller again. I want to pitch it a bit down, to be honest. Let's see this one.
Suicide doors on the foreign import.
Nice, I like that. This one as well, we pitch it down 4 semitones.
Flooded out the AP with the VV. Flooded out the AP with the VVS diamonds. Suicide doors on the foreign import.
Nice one. The thing is, not even I know my template 100% because I'm changing it as well every few weeks. If I think, okay, I want to change this, I want to give myself more options, more control over the whole DAW and about the whole track. I'm changing this template, so not even me, I don't even know everything about it. And I want a bit of reverb on that, so I'm going to take this vocal and add it to the short reverb channel. Add a bit of a high pass filter.
Suicide doors on the foreign import.
It's too loud as well.
Flooded out the AP. Suicide doors on the foreign import.
because I'm not sure exactly what to put in the second part of the drop, you're just going to use a very simple technique I'm going to teach you now, which is the delay tactic. So we're going to go on the master channel and enable Edison. There we go. What we're going to do now is we're going to connect the vocal 2 channel to the vocal delay channel. Okay? So we can hear this last syllable with a vocal. But we want the timing. I don't like the timing, so we're going to put it on 4. And on ping pong as well. A little bit on ping pong. Maybe I even put it on 2 actually. No, 4. Was 3 better? Honestly, sometimes you have to just try little things, try it a bit, and then realize what is the best. So I like the second one the most. So what we're gonna do now is we are gonna mute everything except the vocals. Zack, zack, zack. And we're gonna record this in Edison. Here is it. Bam. Press record. Press this. Cool. So we have now the vocal. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna delete the dry vocal. So we're gonna select this area, press Command X. Cool. So we're gonna just take it and drag and drop it into the playlist. And normalize it, put it a bit down. Add it to channel 44. Unmute everything again. Disconnect the vocal 2 channel from the delay channel. And just play with this sample a bit, adding it to the playlist. Oh, but we want it here. Where's the bass? We need the bass as well here, so we're gonna add the bass here. So this is on channel 44. I want to add a bit of a reverb to the delay to make it a bit better. So what I don't like about this whole thing is that the bass, the mid frequencies of the bass sound a bit too quiet to me. So we're gonna go on the bass channel again and boost a bit of the mids somewhere here.
Flooded out the AP with the VVS diamonds. Suicide doors on the foreign import.
And what I do sometimes as well is on the vocal bus. So all those vocal channels are assigned to the vocal bus. And this vocal bus is already connected to the kick. So like the kick is connected to the vocal bus, but with 0 volume, with the 0 dB volume. And I have here a few Fruity limiters installed. And one of them is already saved with the kick channel. It's already vocal, but I'm using the kick channel. So this is I'm gonna use a sidechain compression. Every single time the kick is playing, the vocals are ducked down a tiny bit to make the kick pop out a bit more. Obviously not too much, not like that, otherwise you can't hear the vocals and they sound weird. It's way too much, so we're just gonna do a little bit. Always sidechain compression, just subtle, try it a little bit, do it a little bit. You as a music producer, you're gonna hear the difference a lot more than the normal listener, but we want to mix a song so it's release ready and it's as loud as possible. And I think if you're not able to listen to those details, you would probably never sign a tech house track to record labels. But that's exactly what I'm teaching you, those techniques, a bit of a sidechain compression every time the kick is playing. I like that. I definitely like that. That sounds really interesting. That gives it a bit of those vocal delays make it definitely very interesting.
Flooded out the AP foreign import.
Let's play a little bit with the pitch. Maybe we can do something really interesting with this one here.
Flooded out the AP.
Ooh, this sounds interesting. I like that. Let's see how that looks like in the context. Actually, because this sounds like the delay from the vocals, I'm gonna make it unique. Otherwise, if I change the pitch to how it was before, all those delays are gonna sound normal, but we just want this one to sound a bit normal and the other one's a bit weird. Yeah, cool. I like that so far. What I want to add as well is a instrument, something which is just in the background and very quiet, something like string. Dee, dee. So we're gonna go on this one and add. So yeah, let's go on the channel rack and select Labs, because I have really nice free plugins. Definitely check out Labs. They have really nice free plugins. They have a few strings like this one. Usually I use strings more for the build-up because they create tension. I've ordered this instrument pattern and we're gonna go one octave higher here. Let's see how that looks like. Command A, Command B, Command A, and then Command V, Command down. Another time. I want to add a bit more frequencies and let's see. Interesting. I like this. I just added this random string pattern. Make also sure you check out this video. It explains exactly how to write chord progressions in your tech house track. What I'm doing here is very basic. It's not complicated. It's just the basics of how you can produce tech house. And I like a bit of a sidechain compression, but a really, really intense one. So we're gonna connect this string channel, put it on channel 22. And we're gonna add a really intense sidechain, compression. And I have this plugin which is called Kickstart 2. And we're gonna add a very intense sidechain compression here. Not that much, maybe this much. Added a bit to the auxiliary channel to add a bit of reverb. Such a weird track. Okay, final result is this. Anyway guys, this was my video. Thanks a lot for watching it. Before you quit YouTube, before you quit watching this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and also go on my Spotify. I've released a few tracks, and especially the last days I've released a few tracks. Make sure you check them out as well. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope it can help you a little bit. Check out my socials, all the links are in the description below. And guys, have a beautiful day and make music production amazing.